Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel, and as it turns out, Camp NaNoWriMo is soon. Where has the time gone? When did Prepune sneak up on us? Did you think I would make it through the video without saying Prepune? Prepune, Prepune, Prepune. It's like calling for Bloody Mary or something. Prepune. Anyways, we're going to start off this video with some honesty. The past few NaNoWriMo events have not been the best for me. In fact, once I realized that Camp NaNoWriMo was so soon, I almost thought about skipping this one. I think part of the reason is because, you know, that epiphany I had a couple NaNoWriMos ago about now doing this sort of thing full time, that the nano spirit just quite isn't the same for me. But I only think that's part of it. I think the other part is that, of course, we had the pandemic this past year, and not being able to see in-person writer friends or try and make in-person writer friends, or having that like physical community, for as great as the online community has been, and it's been wonderful, there's just something this time that was tougher for me. And I think there's some other random part that my brain hasn't quite figured out yet. But I've decided, as a way to kind of circumvent this, or so I hope, I'm gonna switch it up. My Prepune is going to be a little bit crazy. I'm gonna do something that I've never done before, and I'm just really excited. As always, the first step of my prep is to choose my project. And this is actually what I was hung up on for a while. I thought about trying a short story challenge, set a goal to write, revise, and edit a single short story throughout the month, or try and draft a short story each week. I thought about maybe doing a personal essay challenge where I posted once per weekday to Medium. But then I remembered that the other day, like 2 months ago, my brother and I were spitballing ideas about like some twists, some fun, ridiculous modern takes on vampire stories we could do. They were ridiculous, very much in the vein of the horror comedy spoofs that I love. And each of the ideas we had contained a single concept, so they really couldn't be too long. And one of my biggest goals as a writer is to write something with each of my family members one day, so that's the sound that was going on in my head. So after a bit more thinking, I decided that for Camp NaNoWriMo, my project is going to be drafting one of the 5 novella ideas that my brother and I had, and working on it with him in July. As you can see, the NaNoWriMo website still sort of struggles for me. My solution has been to just go to an incognito window, sign in once again, and then do everything from there. So to make it official, we are going to create my project. We're gonna go with modern vamps. What? Did it just sign me out? Did I sign out? Create a camp project. Ugh. On to your goal! So now the true step 2 is choosing your word count or your hour count for the month. This time I'm gonna stick with words, in part because I don't think the NaNoWriMo website allows you to do hours right now, so I'd have to do something really funky. But because my goal is to finish one of the novellas, I'm gonna go with words, and I'm gonna go with 17,500 for my goal. I think a really good amount of words for a novella is about 20,000, but I've also done some, because these are like shorter concepts and I wanna have 5 in the whole like book when it is to be published. I think they can vary from 15,000 to 20,000, so I'm just sticking it right in the middle at 17,500. What? Why does it keep locking me out? Is there a ghosty? Is it messing with me? Oh. Prepping. Oh my god, I have to do this quick. I don't trust the NaNoWriMo website. 17,500. On to details. Fantasy. Horror supernatural. Save project. Ah! Jeez. Anyways, if I put all 5 into the same collection, then the collection itself will be anywhere from 75,000 to about 100,000 words. That's a good size for a book. And now step 3 we've accomplished very quickly by getting it onto the NaNoWriMo website. This camp though, even though the current website is struggling still, I'm going to set a timer on my phone starting July 1st, and we're gonna put that at 4:04 p.m. That's about when I like to finish with my work for the day, and that way I will record exactly what I did in the NaNoWriMo website so that I can see my little graph, and I think that's really going to bring a little bit more of a fun element for me and associate it specifically and really make this feel like a NaNoWriMo event. I think the avoidance I've had of the website has really impacted how Nano has felt. I used to hang out in the forums all the time, so why is it so frustrating? So that just leaves us with step 4, which is really the like big parts of the prep that we're going to do starting after today. And that is that I want to get the beginning, middle, and end for each of the 5 novella ideas that we had. This is not a huge outline by any means, but I'm hoping each one will be about a page. And then step 5 will be sending all of those outlines over to my brother for him to kind of come up with some characters, come up with a twist or two he might potentially want, or even a tiny concept that he'd like to include as a subplot. Novellas are always interesting in that compared to short stories, they do allow for subplots, but I find that you have to be more overt in how you wrap them into the overall storyline as compared to novels. Now, my goal is to write a story with each of my family members, but I literally can't think of a better family member to start this kind of goal off with than David. David also writes. He's working on, you know, getting to the point where he can finish something. So I'm hoping that working on this together, this is our first one of the 5 novellas that we'll be doing, and we'll see how the process changes over time, but I'm really excited. So I needed to call him though and make sure that he was cool with the kind of plan that I'd envisioned for Prepune and July during camp. Does that make sense? Okay. All right.
Yeah, I can definitely do that.
Yay! Okay, that was it.
Okay.
All right, I love you, doves.
Cool. Love you.
Bye! So once I had David's blessing and his excitement, this leads me over into kind of planning for July. If I'm aiming for 17,500 words, my goal is for the first week of camp to spend 0 drafting whichever concept David chooses. Then I will send it over to him and he'll act as more of like a developmental editor / partner, and we will sort of write the first draft after that together. We'll go over any plot or characterization things we want to change, and we'll redraft in a shared Google Doc. I'm thinking this will take about 2 weeks because that'll include the read time, figure out what can be improved time, and then the actual improvements. And after that, I would like someone else to read it. I'm thinking his wife would be a really good pick. She is a great beta reader, and I'll see if I can get any others to kind of help us with that, and then maybe try and fix it again, but I think that might be a wrap. I'm excited. The real thing we're going to have to consider here, and maybe is something that could be that last sort of week of Camp NaNoWriMo, is that I'd love to have, besides the overall concept, a thing, person, place, item that connects all of the 5 novellas. I just haven't figured out what that is. But you know what? I have all of Prepune to figure that out. But that's gonna be it for me. Please do comment down below. Let me know what your Camp NaNoWriMo project is going to be. Let me know what your prep month looks like. And are you trying something new? I always suggest that you have a goal that's not the word or hour count, you know, a non-number related goal. So for me, it's going to be, you know, working with a family member, having a new collaborator on something. That's going to be my goal. So let me know what your goals are. Let me know if you're already thinking of NaNoWriMo in November, what project you might work on then. But thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you especially to some of my new patrons this month. Alicia Duffield, Leah Petch, Timber Wrights, Muse Princess 09, Tibro, Carrie B, Guitar C or Guitar Psy or Guitar Kai, I'm so sorry, Shea, Kariaka, Azaria, Anna, and R. Mark Jones, and I'll see you all very soon with a new video. Bye! I'm all over the place today. Do I look like a beach?